All right, my friends. Hello, 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 and welcome. Habbage here. How you doing? Good morning. It is Wednesday. We're over the hump, or we're at the hump. Sometimes, kind of getting to noon. You East Coasters, you're already over, but the rest of us, man, we got a little bit more slogging to go. Let's hope we get it. Um, Sorry about the short notice for anybody that was watching the schedule update. It was basically 10 o'clock as I walked in the door and quickly sent out the tweet, got everything going, but didn't want to have to wait a whole half hour. So here's the deal. I spent the first couple hours of my day driving a very loud truck down to a muffler shop on pretty much the far end of town and dropping it off to get all buttoned up and squared away. Um, because of that, and early warning here, we are going to be subject to interruptions, right? If they call back, which they often do, to say, "Hey, we took a look and we got to do this and that," even though we all know, right? They gotta replace the part that got stolen, and they have to put on a little cage to protect it. Um, so uh, I know that, they know that, they have my keys and all that, but usually there will be a call back to verify, oh, hey, all this kind of stuff. And so if that comes, obviously taking it, I want to delay the process, but hopefully sometime tomorrow they're done with it. They didn't have a real tight timeline or anything, um, but basically said, hey, if you drop it off early today, then by sometime later tomorrow we can probably have it. But they'll probably give me a better estimate on that when I do talk to them. So we shall see what the deal is. I am going to ditch this, and we're going to see if this. I haven't even gone into the game yet, but I've been seeing the little encoding overloaded nonsense. And I don't really. Haven't done any recent reboots or anything like that. It's all. Um, Kind of standard stuff today. But what I didn't do was open everything and let it just kind of run prior to getting started here. That may be a bit of a deal. I'm also going to check here. Let's see what. Well, stream looks good. I don't have much of a delay going through onto my window, so let's cross our fingers. If it gets bad, we'll just have to deal with it when it comes along. But so far, so good. We're looking awesome. I have audio up. One thing I am going to do, though, I have noticed of late, I have gotten 2 dings on music. So, see you guys. We'll bring it up for special discs, stuff that I'm not taking over to YouTube. YouTube's just out of control. Everybody who plays the games knows it. Um, there's no oversight and no all these people that are up in air about chat filtering within the game of Minecraft themselves. Who cares? Have rage about YouTube. Just letting any old company say that they've got a claim to what in the last video. This is why I'm kind of fired up about it. In the last video, amounted to absolutely nothing. If you'll recall, there was a point in yesterday's stream where I heard somebody cutting metal outside my door, and after, because fresh in my mind, go figure, people getting their cars chopped up in the parking lot. I was like, hang on a second, I got to go outside and check on this. And I hit mute on the phone, and then or on the phone on the headset, and then stepped outside. And it was exactly in that time. Like they give you like a 45-second clip of when the copyright strike occurred. So it was me saying, "Hang on, guys, I'll be right back," and then the mute of dead air. There was not even game music playing. I don't know what their system is doing, but it's so ridiculous. And for me, doesn't matter. I'm not making any money out of YouTube. It even says in there, this has no impact on you, but would prevent revenue. And it's like, well, yeah, that's complete BS. Why are they so prohibitive of revenue, or why are they not working to address that system? Because YouTube used to be the big boys, right? YouTube was, you made it to the top of the show. You were all good. I have no idea what's in here. I know we were going to go adventuring for most of it. We got to get more bees. We're almost done here. We've got the amethyst. We'll need to cut a little bit more sandstone to match up this side with this side. And we need to get copper, was kind of our peripheral on going to the mines. But I don't know what we said we were going to do first. Let's go after bees. Shovel. We don't need to have a... Oh, what? Dude. Would you stop? All right. Ow! Hey! I wasn't even close to that fire. All right. Disaster. Okay, we know that there were more bee nests that we hadn't gotten to, right? So let's go get as many as possible. We have one in reserve, and we can count right here. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 7, just like we talked about. So yeah, we'll try to get those bee nests to fill in. Our crops are already going, so the time we spend there will be a benefit. Um, we want. We'll just park here again. We should grab flowers while we're here, so that we have more to feed the bees. Right? These orange tulips are everywhere. That's a pretty good one. Anything that I can get a ton of and have full stacks is nice for feeding the bees. All right, here we go. And again, these are pretty much cosmetic at this point. All we really need to do... Oh, I didn't bring... Well, there you go. I didn't bring shears. So they'll get... I believe they'll get replaced fully loaded and ready to drip their honey again. So think we can just harvest them in place. So we now need 6. I don't think we're going to get enough out of here, and I'm not touching the 2. Doesn't entirely matter, though. If we've got a few gaps, that's okay. We can either leave them empty or put in placeholders until we go out on more boat trips, find additional flowery forests. Five. No, I'm not going to say it. Best way to ensure we find no more. Shouldn't have even thought it. Well, it's way out on this side. Anybody? Here, bees. Big hole. So how's everybody doing today? Hope your days are going wonderfully. Mine is really good. Kind of a pain in the butt to have to go get car work done, especially car work you didn't need to do. Um, but it is nice to be finally on the list and getting it knocked out. I just hope there's not a bunch of delays or anything. Right now that it's there, just get it done. Hey, here we go. Also, so I had to Uber home from this faraway place, and I waited at a gas station when I ordered, and I went inside to get a drink while I was. Uh-oh, which way was I going? Where was that tree? Oh no, chicken, help me! Facing south. I guess we want to go south. Yeah, I think we do. And is this big orange tulip area? Let's just go ahead and grab as many of these as we can. Oh, we were talking about doing the composters, and we should definitely get that set up here early today while we're getting going. Because our excess seeds can make us the flowers, and we don't need them long term, right? As soon as our beehives are full, then it's not a problem. And this honestly may help us get pretty close. But a stack of what am I trying to say? Bone meal. Hey, look, new type of tulip, and one big rose bush, and we've got a full stack of bee food. So I don't know. We'll see how many times we need to use that. But having learned that, I think that's a pretty solid way to go about getting big herds of bees, hives, flocks, swarms. I, I don't think just is it a colony of bees? What's the group of bees called? The swarming, right? It is a specific formation, or not really a specific formation, but it's a group of bees that are coming together in a defensive posture, right? It implies that aggressiveness, whether it's defending or well, it's always defending, right? Whether it's perceived by us to be or not. Um, when bees sting and are aggressive like that, that is a defensive act. They don't go out of their way like, can we go find a child with a soda to sting today? All right, we're not at home yet, are we? I just want to make sure we don't accidentally. All right, let's pull back here. Boom. It's 4. Ooh, look at all those orange tulips we got. We need a total of 7. Why don't you come over here and get in your home, bee? Come on. Be fun. Oh, there's another one over that way. Go on. Go inside. Here, let me get these out of the way for you. Here you go. I can't believe that worked. I don't think it really had anything to do with it actually going back inside its hive. I saw one over here, right? Didn't I? Or was that just the Savannah Beyond? I thought I saw one more when I was back over here at this one. I was looking this way. Maybe it was just something like that. I mean, to be fair, we have gotten a lot of bee nests. 5 we need. You know, it's going to make me make the moral choice, isn't it? You've said you don't want to take the 2 outside your house, so will you hold to it? So many more orange tulips. Oh, where are you spinning around from? This one? Get that orange tulip juice. Hey, Troy, how's it going, man? Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, here it is. Yeah, let's go get it. All right, now all we have to do is get back over to the boat. I think the home site is this way. Hi, B. I hope I didn't inadvertently take one of your homes, but there's a couple over this way that I left pristine and ready for you. We do have. Wow. Well, I'm better than your fridge, man. Yeah, look at all these bees. Those are our happy bees hanging out. 7. All right. So let's put away this random stuff we don't need. Now we'll go try to find our boat, which I think I took down here again. Troy's got a fridge that has lights out, not cold inside. That's a bummer. Well, in my world, my truck is at the truck doctor trying to get fixed of its catalytic converter problem. Driving it down there was, I don't know, like some of my friends and all were like, dude, you're being ridiculous. Just drive it around. It's just loud. It terrified me. It feels like it's destroying my truck, right? It's not. It's like driving one of those old timey cars at the amusement park, right? There's just no exhaust on it, so it bam, 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 kind of pops along. And it's actually, I was looking into this. I don't know if this is true in my state. Whatever state the automotive shop had a good website, and they like wrote up a little thing. Here's what to do if your converter gets stolen, and they said, yeah, um, you can drive without a catalytic converter as long as you didn't intentionally remove it. Right? That's kind of the deal. All right, so now with this one, we have 8 glorious bee nests. We're going to need a lot more fires. We might as well keep some of those, do a feeding while we're working on it. Don't think we need that, but we do need this and this, because that other one is all worn out. And we'll switch this. Gonna drink tea. Now I have to use ice. My ice cubes are half water. Not even joking. You see ice in the bottom, but it's water on top. Yeah. That's tough sledding. I hope that gets resolved for you. But yeah, it's if your freezer's not, if both are connected, and they're both not going. Be careful about grabbing out ice and stuff, because the more often you open that, there goes all the cold um, that was left in there for your food. You don't want your food going bad. So you're gonna have kind of room temperature tea. This is one I don't normally do because you have to look at the smoke and make sure that you don't have bees that have accidentally gotten their hive ready to produce just as you started working on all this stuff, right? Good way to make all your bees very angry. And yeah, if you hit one, it's not just going to be those bees. It's all the bees that are coming after you. So then you got to run very fast and basically get out of range so that they'll stop aggroing. But then they scatter all over the place. It's not good. Oh, look at all this glorious honey. Half an ice cube is saving the day in slightly old tea. Hey, whatever it takes, man. I did not get new tea made last night, but I am having coffee today. It is glorious. It's a little old though because I had to make it before I made my little tour of the greater metro area to drop off my truck. All right, let's sleep. Let me sip some of that coffee. Oh, that was delightful. But this is like candy coffee. This is the bottle of stuff I got when I thought I was going to be waiting for a Uber for a long time, and it turned out that I know I'm going to need those. Oh, what did I do with that crafting table? We did want to get that moved out of the way of the gate. So these are all good, but then making the rest there. Take some more planks. I think we still need more than what we've got here. All right. Planks, you can go away. I know I kind of moved these on the last one. So that gives us 44 hives. This is still oddball. We'll have these as well. We need these guys, and let's use, well, we can use some of those, and we'll use planks until we have replacements. So first up, 1, 2, 3, and why don't we just go all the way across, and then we'll fill in all the posts, and then switch out. Instead of the pizza rolls being frozen, you literally squish it with 2 fingers. That sounds nasty, and depending on when your fridge or freezer went out, you may want to sacrifice those pizza rolls to the pizza roll gods and say, I'm gonna hold off. I don't. They probably are chock full of preservatives, though. It's probably okay. I wouldn't land on that bee. Yeah, I want those because they will show up on the fire side. I don't think we're gonna have enough, though, are we? Be close. Maybe by the time we switch out, we'll be good. We can hope. Very musical again. The bag was closed too. Well, I don't know if the bag being closed keeps it from getting all funky. Probably a little, you're right. Okay, so now we need these and we're doing one. Oh man, this one doesn't even have a marker. Two. Then one. Alright, at least now we can see again. So I think then it's four. Boom, 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 boom. We gotta go pick up all these little extra bits. Not that they'll really help, but get us closer. Okay, then we have a placeholder, a far end placeholder, two without placeholders. Still missing one. Alright, I should have four. I have three. What's going on? Is there one up in one of these? There it is. Alright. We do one more post, and then we will be two amethyst blocks short. Okay. Then, I think here it makes the most sense to start with these 12. Because they don't even have things. And then we'll go edges. Ooh, we're actually going to be really close, I think. Not there, 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 and there. Oh, I don't have the deals. Alright, well then we'll just... Are we right? We came out right. Exactly right. How cool is that? Once we get copper and bring back two more pieces of amethyst, and then we just have to finish the smooth sandstone, we are totally done. Let's get those. Let's grab these. No more amethyst hiding around, right? We can... How much more... Oh, never mind. Never mind. We will do that back because we've got the stone cutter. So we will switch out the deal there. All right. Bee nests. And as we can see, they do have their honey, so we didn't lose anything in moving them, other than we didn't necessarily wait around to make sure that they were full of bees. Okay. 2 cut sandstone blocks, 2 amethyst blocks, 4 copper blocks. And a partridge in a pear tree. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and do one of these. Got you. Can't get you yet. Get you yet. Get you. We got you. You're the one that keeps following along here. You. You. Still. There we go. It's the bee emerging time. Oh, because it is almost bedtime. Because that makes sense, right? That's when all bees come out. Get really active. It's baby. That's another reason why the having so many tulips is a huge deal, because the babies will just take up all these flowers. Okay, sorry bees, we gotta go to bed. I need more coffee. That half an ice cube cooled off your tea, so it did its job. All right, anybody else? Yeah, so all little green bits, those are nice because it makes the bees grow up faster, but considering that the little bees do their thing anyway, it's not ideal. All right, our bees are rocking. We have almost 2 full stacks of sandstone, some of which goes down here. Is this all we need down here? It was useful for a moment. All right, well, there we go. Our farm is planted. It is prospering. Our bees are out here doing their thing. They're coming out, taking care of our crops. This is fantastic. We got most of this done very, very quickly. And I think not much left to save there. I think we can go ahead and pretty well shut this down now. So smooth and smooth. And then let's take a couple of these out just to be here if we need them. Those will still keep cooking. For now, you guys can stay. Jungle planks can stay. Composters. I think let's go back now. We're gonna go for copper. We've got those 2 and 2 blocks to grab. And I want to stock up a little bit more on iron before we use so much of it on the hoppers. Because we will eat up, probably about a stack. I think we'll do. I think we can do a double feed system. If not, we'll just set it up for a single. It's kind of one of those that I'd like to make as efficient as possible, rather than as capacity, because it's not gonna be running when we're not there. How was the school food when you were a child? I was a brown bagger, so it was a rare deal when I got school lunch. So it was good, but it was pretty routine. There's a lot of PB and J's. Um, there were a lot of we used to get pita bread sandwiches where like they'd sell the round pita breads with the pockets and pocket breads, and cut them in half and then jam them in. Mom would make those with sometimes like meats and that kind of stuff, but mostly a lot of PB and J's, a lot of apples, raisins, little bags of chips or other kinds of snacky type stuff. Um, yeah, that was what I was talking about with the lunch boxes and the milk. Uncrustables are the best school food. The Unquestables, that. Hey, look at you, Cocoa Puff, and your fancy block. Oh, also look at our fancy team logo here. That's right. We got orange banners with purple amethyst. We might improve that a little bit, but we got orange banners now. Okay, well, what are we doing? Before we forget, let's get these guys. 2 blocks of amethyst, and then we want 2 cut sandstone blocks. All right. Why didn't I just take the 2? Okay. We don't have copper yet. We got to go get that, but let's go put these away so that they're done. And then it's just 4 copper blocks that we need to do, and the iron for the composters. My soggy ham and cheese with a pool of water that is the tip of your finger deep is not so. No, no, no. I do remember pizza burgers were a common deal. Um, there was like school spaghetti. There was uh, regular pizza that wasn't anything too special, I don't think. There was like chicken nugget day. But I don't remember that they ever had like Uncrustables or anything else like that would have been like sandwichy. And we didn't really even have like Lunchables and things like that were just coming out when I was kind of getting through all that kind of stuff. Opening pickles in the little bag is a messy experience and always gets all over you. So I don't know if that you can relate to this, and I'm sorry, it's kind of a dated deal, but this spring I went on a ski trip, and in high elevation, which you may get a little bit of in like eastern mountains. I know they go up significantly, but here when we go up to like 10,000 feet for a ski resort or whatever, that's pretty significant, and it's kind of fun. Things in your car, your water bottle will crinkle. Oh, we have to do campfires too. I did not think about that one. We need 52 campfires, right? Because we had 44 of the things, 88 or 8 more of the nests. We need 54. We have 9, so we need 35 more by my No, 45 more by my calculations. That gets us 21. Crap. Um, we can once. Actually, I want to pull this. Even if that doesn't finish, I don't want to use more coal. So we can do this. That gets us plenty of coal for this little endeavor. We certainly have lots of sticks. Oh man, I should have used more of these for the nests, and then we would have had that extra stack of logs. Shoot. Even then, we would have been a little bit short. So we're going to have to go wood chopping eventually. Here, we can clean this up. All right, well, I didn't mean to totally get sidetracked there. We want to go back, I think, deep, and let's try to grab copper as we're getting iron out of the mine shaft. Tortilla chips, Big W. Heck yeah. And the bags of chips are half air. So anyway, my story about high elevation condiment packets. So this spring we went on a ski trip and went to a place I'd never been to, and it was kind of cool. It was like skiing at a resort in my childhood, right? It wasn't because close to Denver, all the resorts are like big name, fancy stuff. You get unless you're like me and you still basically brown bag with like a couple bags of like jerky or was it the Welch's like fruit juicer candy things or whatever they are. I take granola bars, stuff like that in my pockets of my jacket. That's my lunch when I ski nowadays. But if you pay, it's like $20 for a bowl of chili. That's basically a cafeteria, but it's all fancy in the resorts. Not at this place. This place was like little cafeteria. Way out of the way. Not huge advertising budget. Independent little place. It's like any ski movie or any of those kinds of things you've ever seen, where the little resort is threatened by the big guys. So they all do that. Well, we're hanging out there, and they had these little like deli sandwiches. It was like a ham sandwich, right? And it was like $4, and it was a roll with some ham and some cheese on it, and then you could get mustard and all that kind of stuff to put on it. Yay! So I'm putting mustard on my thing, and I'm sitting there, and I got a glass of beer, like a plastic cup of beer, sitting next to my ham sandwich, and I go and open the mustard thing. But again, we're at 10,000 feet, so there's a lot of pressure inside that little pouch, which at ground, at normal elevation would have just opened up and been fine, and you would have squeezed it to get the stuff to come out. I opened it, and not only did it like pop apart as the air, my fingers started a little crack, and as soon as it started to go, but it shot this glob of mustard, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, oh, this is messy, because it already has like instantly all over my hands. But as I'm sitting there, looking at my fingers, I realize, like, I see the motion of something going up, like a glob of mustard, and it goes out of my field of vision because I'm focused on my thumbs, where I'm holding the packet that are now all yellow and mustardy. But I see a little glob go up, and it was like a second later, it comes back down, and it splashes as the mustard landed right smack in the middle of my glass of beer. And it was a cheap independent resort, but beer still wasn't that cheap. So I still drank my mustard beer, but it had this big mustard loogie in the middle of it. Didn't add much to the flavor. I'm not a fan of mustard beer. But yeah, that's my story. At first, I thought this was when you were a child, and then I heard I had a glass of beer. No, no, this was this spring. I definitely not confused with a child very often. So, yeah, watch out for those mustard packs at high elevation. But yeah, I can relate to your pickle juice story. At least you're not where they're exploding all over the place. All right, are we ready to go to the caves? What am I? I gotta focus up. Now I'm all super caffeinated. Right? I just slammed that whole thing. It's like a candy bar just erupted inside of me in three big swallows. And we're going to be high speed. High speed playing. Here we go. So we're going back to the rich iron vein as I remember it. And we will see if... I don't want to take out all the copper we passed all these times, right? We want to go get fresh copper. But more than that, we want to get iron too. I'm not going to take out the iron. That's right there. What's the Star Wars thing? The quick and easy path is the road to the dark side? Not us. Alright, so this is some of it. I don't think it goes up beyond here. We used all that. That was us. And some of this was filling in the water. This looks very reminiscent, but all this is flooded out. We don't have to deal with that. So it's here that we're kind of picking it back up. I'm looking for spots that we might have missed up high where it kind of scatters off in different directions. There's some there, but I think this was back into the vein, right? Let's just poke around a little bit. You can use this deep slate anyway. That's going to go into our darker spawner. Gravel? No. Not what I was exactly hoping for. Shoot, what happened to it? We found some more like scattered over on the other side of the mine. Man, this has been a long time now. I think we can safely take that one out and be multi-directional here. I don't think... Well, I don't know. I don't think this is a part of the vein, though. I think that's just random tough. Here. So this kind of catches the water, but it also kind of catches the vein. And then I think the vein kicks back further into this back room eventually, right? Like, all this looks good. All right, as soon as I switch that out, now I want the cobble because it breaks easier if we got to go up. So all of this could flood. Not as thrilled about that. back under the lake. Well, that was fun. Why don't we put that somewhere where we can reach it? There's our flooding. Okay, come here. Just right there. Oh, well, hopefully that washed out lots of torches. Too many. Then this seems to be back to like a pod. We got this stuff. I don't see any tuff around it. I don't know. I tried to avoid most contact with my principals if I could. Every once in a while, I certainly got the experience of sitting in a principal's office waiting to get in trouble. Didn't enjoy it. Oh crap! We don't have our fortune pick. Let's go get it because how have I not seen those in all this time? Those will also probably flood on our heads, but. And yeah, if we're coming down here to mine, we're definitely using the fortune pick on any diamonds. And the more times we come up and down here, annoying as it may be, it will refresh my memory as to where everything was down here. So I'm sure that it's one of those things you kind of got to deal with in life, and it's something I absolutely chafe against. It bugs the heck out of me. But I understand it now a lot better than I did when I was, most Twitch viewers' age, and that is when you work, when you're a principal, when you're a teacher, when you're a like a social worker or guidance counselor or anything like that. Nobody likes to be a noob, right? Nobody likes to get played the fool, and nobody likes to be taken advantage of. And that goes for all of us. I think that's pretty universal. But when you're in those positions, especially if it's any kind of an authority where your job is to at times call people out when they're not living up to their expectations or they're trying to skate the rules a little bit, principals, right? They ultimately get that disciplinary role. Usually it's an assistant principal ultimately because the principals don't want to be considered jerks the whole time. Hey, what? Why are you not on your block? Oh man. Well, what I was getting at there is you get to a point where you treat everybody by that least common denominator. You get where were you for that one, dude? Come on, man. You're telling me about school stuff, and you're not telling me that I have my fortune pick in my inventory when I run all the way back up here? Like I said, least common denominator, right? Your principal you think is a jerk because he's got to deal with you not living up to your end of the bargain, not telling him when his iron pickaxe is worn out and he's got a fortune diamond pick in his hand. Huh? How you feel about that? Well, you could have seen it when I opened it up down there by the diamonds. Let's go. I'm kidding. But I have gotten to that point where I understand when I'm being dealt with by somebody who's gotten beaten down by being lied to and having people trying to take advantage of them in the same way over and over and over and over again. And it's it's bad when somebody lies to you or tries to take advantage of you, right? It's worse when you've been there for longer than the people trying to take advantage of you have been alive, and you've been hearing what they think is a creative new scheme all your life. And what's even worse is when somebody like you or I goes in to deal with them. Like you said, you were talking about a scheduling deal and you're going in asking them for help and all that kind of stuff. Like, hey, I wanted to be in these classes with these people and all that, and why can't that be a deal? Um, they have to come with an assumption that you're lying, that you're trying to milk the system, and that no, you didn't, whatever you said, because they hear it every single day. They hear people coming in totally making stuff up, so you stop taking people at their word, you stop giving the benefit of the doubt. And that's when they come in, they start to feel like hard cases or jerks or unsympathetic to your own situation because they're used to getting the runaround all the time, and they treat everybody that way. And depending on what the situation is, you're they have to, right? They can't just take people at their word, especially if it comes down to um, you know a critical job function, health and safety type stuff. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. So I get it. I guess I take more sympathy with unseen principle that I hear somebody saying this person shouldn't be around kids. I take their side kind of because I've been a manager, I've been a boss of people, and I've heard their abuse and stuff when they're like, "Dude, you're so unfair," and it's like, no, you have an expectation. You've got to be here on time, and when you're here, or if you're not going to be here, you got to reach out to let us know. You can't just can't just not show up, not do all that. And I know, I've done the same stuff. We all have that stuff that comes up in our lives where your your car breaks down. You're having a crap day because the dog got sick and it barfed all over the floor, and you got out of bed and you stepped in it in your bare feet before you even got to the shower. You're not awake or anything. The dog is covered in sick, and you've got to get it outside because it's trying to run all over the house because it doesn't care and it's excited that you're awake finally. And it feels much better, right, after having all of that get out of its stomach, whatever it was. Those are the kind of things that, like, yeah, your day is garbage. It's absolute crap, and you don't think to call your boss, and it's not a big deal. You're there every day on time, and everything's fine. Um, and your principal, your boss, whatever, may know, hey, you're a good student, you're a good employee. I don't have a problem with you, but it's that screw up, right? It's that person that doesn't take their job seriously and tries to take advantage of the system. They're sitting there in the wings watching and waiting because the last time they got in trouble, you had to call them out. And so they're sitting there going, ready to scream, you're not treating that person the same way you treated me. And you told me that this is the policy. And I would have let you slide on it because you didn't call because you woke up, stepped in dog puke, and had to clean up your whole house and everything. And it was just one thing after another. And calling work wasn't the first thought on your mind when you were doing all that kind of stuff. But you've never been late a day in your life. It happened, and I know you're all good. But um, I've got crappy employer, crappy student sitting right there going, you told me that everybody has to call in within 15 minutes of being late for their shift, or it's a write-up or whatever, right? So then I'm stuck, and I've got to treat you the same way. And when it comes to school, they're all built into a policy now. So there's really no way to get around it. So I do your principal or vice principal or whatever it is may be just a complete D-bag, right? They may be the worst person in the world, maybe shouldn't be around kids. But their hands may be tied in the reasons why people are saying that, because they can't give you what you want, because then they'd have to do it for, I don't know. I know it's a shitty situation that people get put into those, and I don't know. I don't like people getting abused for that. And it's so easy to pile on. Oh yeah, no, that person's just a jerk. I talked about that one principal that I had when I was a little kid that would shake people by the arm. Do I think he was a monster or anything that, he? No, I think he served a long time. Probably, probably at my age, because he was an old guy then. So he's probably a veteran of some kind of war. I don't know if it would have been all the way back to like a World War II. I doubt, but maybe Korea or something. He had the military crew cut the whole time and all that. But looking back, it's one of those kind of things. I try to look at it and go, I'm assuming he wasn't as bad a guy as I make him out to be. So, I don't know. That's my thought. But I've also, like we've talked about. I've had teachers that, to my mind, didn't want to be there. They're just there collecting a paycheck, and that stinks. You can go get a lot of different jobs that probably pay a lot better than being a teacher. So if your heart's not in it, you owe it to the people that you're supposed to be teaching to go find something that you are passionate about and save the teaching jobs for people that want to teach. Unfortunately, there are sadly few people that want to teach, because everybody is always bagging on them. Whatever they are. Yeah, main principal is nice, vice is not. But is that because their job puts them in a position where they're the ones that are always dealing with the abuse, right? Or is it, like I said, I was watching this Lemony Snicket's. They have one thing that's a school, a boarding school kind of deal, and the vice principal there is, the character is a jerk, right? I know there are jerks out there, and yours may be the jerkiest jerk of all. Like, I know some wonderful police officers. They truly care about serving and helping their communities, and they take endless crap because everybody feels like when they get the speeding ticket, because they're speeding like everybody else is, and that's why they think they shouldn't be in trouble. Not, yeah, okay, I admit it, you got me, I was breaking the law, I'll pay my ticket. They get very upset, and all of a sudden it becomes a personal deal that the officer, no matter how polite they're trying to be, they're jerks. And these are the people I think we do a better job of at least giving it lip service. Like, everybody's, oh yeah, support the shield, or support our police, because there's so much more violent crime, right? And we're seeing more and more how those people can actually lose their lives. But they're trying to protect you from yourself. They're trying to do the right thing, and they get endless crap. So yeah, your vice principal may be a jerk, could be, but is it that they're the ones that are, because they're the vice, right? The principal gets to not seem like a jerk because they're sitting there in the job that never has to say no to to other people, and so their personality doesn't get as tried on a daily basis because they're not on the phone all day with parents complaining. Which I'm guessing, yours are like, hey, uh, you know, Troy here really wanted to get classes with his friend. We were under the impression that that was something that could happen. You've really disappointed some people. That I hope they're being that nice, but more often than not, that gets frustrating, and then the yelling and all that starts. Does the vice principal get to deal with all that, not just from your parents or you and the circumstances you do, but every single parent of every student who didn't get the exact schedule that they wanted, right? I can, again, start to understand where that gets old and tired and tough to deal with. Child liking principles are not an option. I know. At your age, I was probably the same way, running around, and I also thought, you know, I was running around singing the lyrics to NWA, F the police, and all that kind of stuff. You have to. It's a piece of maturity. I don't know what a teacher makes these days, especially not like a middle school or anything like that. I know they're woefully underpaid. Um, I also know that they're kind of victimized a little bit by schools that became very um, bureaucratic, right? And yes, you got to have a union to protect your benefits and all that kind of stuff. But the unions are they're kind of on a rotation, right? They're not going to fight for your contract every single year. They're going to fight for a contract. They'll ultimately negotiate it out because they want to get a cut. They're middlemen that manage that kind of stuff for the teachers, so the teachers don't have to have it. But it really takes away merit. It takes away promotions. Hey, Tail Games 2610. I shouted you out yesterday. I saw your follow from that night stream the night before. Welcome. How's it going, Tail Games? Tails Games 2610. Welcome. Um, yeah, teachers are the same way though. When I one of the very formative things in my life was the Columbine shootings in Colorado, which was one of the first and most horrifically live televised type school shootings. There had certainly been school tragedies prior to that, but to that scale and the detailed accounts that came out of I don't remember. I don't even want to give them justice. The two disaffected kids that wanted to cause harm and make a name for themselves, and tragically decided to go follow through with automatic weapons and all the rest of that stuff. It was horrible. Um, Teachers are that first line of defense, right? That forever changed how teachers had to assume their roles when the people that you're supposed to be caring for and looking out for could also be um, plotting you harm, right? And that's nothing new, right? Um, there's been movies and songs and all kinds of stuff about the same deal. Horrible teachers, right? Uh, More so than horrible administrators. The evil teacher and revenge, that kind of stuff. So, um, but when teachers have to take it up a notch from snakes in the desk drawer or that kind of stuff to hey, look at that, more diamonds. Um, to somebody pulling a gun on you, I can't. You talk about how much they make. It's not enough, just nowhere near enough. And I don't know very well because I'm not a parent, so I don't look at like the school bond issues and see any of that kind of stuff. Um, but it's tough when my take on it now is probably closer to some of your parents' stuff, and what a lot of my friends say is, look, we're the customers, we're the taxpayers paying for the school system, And the teachers just laugh off our concerns, and the more so the administrators at that point. They don't take into account our feedback. They don't care at all what we're saying. They um, are under the mistaken thing that they serve their own union and um, the school board and all that kind of stuff. It's crazy. And again, I talk about this a little bit without having a whole lot of firsthand other than my own youthful experience and the fact that both my mom and my aunt were teachers. So, and my sister homeschooled my niece and nephew through their early grades. So I've heard a lot of education stuff, and my main deal is just, yeah, I know it sucks, and it really sucks if they're not still trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. But sometimes you got to pay it forward, right? You got to give them the benefit of the doubt, even if they haven't earned it. And um, I don't know. If they're jerks, try to be the anti-jerk. Try to be the hey, what's going on? How are you doing? Let's talk. But anyway, we're chatting here. Tails, what's going on? Tell us a little bit about what you got going on since you were kind enough to use that follow to join us here in the chat. You got anything exciting going on in your world on this fine day? Do I? Nah. I don't need redstone that bad yet. And we don't have mending, so I hope not. That's one that in this, well, at least I don't know where you're from or anything like that. I don't know. I don't know what the social expectations are of teachers. If you're here in the United States and a teacher is taking corporal punishment to that kind of level, that's probably something that you should talk to someone about. That wouldn't fly. Um, and that's coming from me, who is of an age when, yeah, that a kid gets a little smack on the behind from their parents, not 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 to injure them or to cause harm, but as a little wake up, focus, reminder lesson. That was how I was raised. That was okay, but that doesn't mean you have to try to intend to harm somebody and swinging a belt at a kid. That's not cool. So hopefully not. Um, But again, that is to assume that you have the education system and the social values of the United States. Not everybody does. In some places, classes definitely have corporal punishment still, and in that case, mind your teacher, right? Don't mess around in class is probably the best bet, or at least pick your battles, right? That's because all those stories that we know here in the United States of, um, getting the rod, spare the rod, spare the child, right? Or spoil the child. That was what the saying was. Spare the rod, spoil the child. That was the idea that if you took it too easy on the kids, they wouldn't grow up to be good members of society. They'd be spoiled and ill-behaved and all that. But I think some of my favorite books are Mark Twain and Tom Sawyer. And when you think about little Tom Sawyer, right? Not as confronted with real life challenges as his buddy Huck was, he kind of creates issues to insert himself into um, as he goes about his life, and there aren't. Well, he picked his battles, right? He knew. Matilda in Scotland. Well, welcome if you are Scottish. Hello. Uh, I love the bits of Scotland I've seen. I haven't spent a lot of time there, but I did spend a wonderful, about a week, uh, in right in the city center of Edinburgh, and it was fantastic. Absolutely loved it. Got a couple little like coach tours. I took a just a public coach up to St. Andrews one day. That very touristy, but kind of got away from the golf course itself. Explored the village a little bit, and took another one across the country. Just kind of did the touristy sightseeing bit, but loved it. Perth, Australia, or is there a Perth in Scotland? I know Perth, Australia. I don't know if that's it. Randomly, the girl I was visiting in Scotland at the time had a roommate, and that girl was from Perth, I believe. Her name, neither of their names were Matilda, though. What is Perth, Scotland by? I don't know. I have a pretty good idea of the layout. Perthshire doesn't help me, dude. Like, is this a real place? East or west? Let's start there. Talking about the fridge. Well, tell mom that our pizza rolls are dying. They need fridge help. Tails Games is gonna help us figure out where we're calling in from. What do I want to do here? Um, this is kind of petering out. We've got more of the mine back there. It's a town in the Highlands of Scotland. Yeah, I'm assuming it's Scottish. Okay, so in the Highlands, is it? Um, I don't even know. Hang on a second. 1 second, real quick. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, oh, this is disaster. Close that. River Tay. Wait, am I muted? No, I'm not muted. See, I really like to check this stuff out. People want to let me know where that is. The Fair City. Although the city status was revoked in the 1970s. Well, hey, you got the city status back. Okay, I don't know. Can I just find this on a map? Show me a map. I bet that's where Perth, Australia got its name from, right? Does that sound right? Ooh, I just heard they're turning the water back on. Oh, you're way up there, man. Where are you? Why can't I just go to maps? Come on, this can't be this hard. Okay, that's a little too zoomed in. Perth. So this is Tay. Okay, so it's about even, little more north than St. Andrews, but central instead of in the. Okay, more on the East Coast, but central. Awesome. I learned where a place is. Thanks so much, dude. That's awesome. Now I know where Perth, Scotland is. Heck yeah, that's cool. All right, that was important. I'm sure you're like, dude, it's the little town where I live. It's not that big a deal. Um, yeah, that's the part I haven't really gotten up to explore as much as I would have liked to. I didn't have a car, obviously, when I was there, since I was taking coaches everywhere, and I was mainly on foot in the city center. But it was fantastic. Did you get? Did you guys get a bunch of that heat that the southern UK was getting earlier this summer? I'm sure it's gone now, but like I don't know. Beginning of July, I think they were saying it was like 100 Fahrenheit in the UK, which is what, like upper 30s Celsius, and pretty miserable if you don't have AC. And I'm guessing like in Perth, if you're in the Highlands on a river, you're probably not wasting a ton of cash or energy on AC. You just enjoy those couple of warm days a year. But if it gets an extended heat wave, that could be pretty tough. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. 2 hour drive. Nice. Oh, you said should visit Perth, Scotland, Perthshire. Well, cool. Now I know. Um, I would love to. I'd love to get back to Scotland. I'd love to get back to anywhere in the UK, frankly. No imminent plans, but certainly for the UK, stranger things have happened than a last minute trip because I've got a bunch of family over there. So, um, if a wedding comes along, or last time I was over was for my aunt and uncle's, was their 50th wedding anniversary or 55th. Quite the to do. It was a while ago now, and they sadly they both passed on uh, since then. But uh, all of us of the younger generation still like to hang out and see each other when we can. All right, we're kind of plugging away at this iron. This should take care of us. So should we go up and get some copper out of the caves now? I think maybe. Can I find my way back out of here? I think this way? Yeah, stick up here so we don't fall in the fire hole. Any other random diamonds laying around? I didn't even look. We got 9 out of. We had 4 diamond blocks, I think, total. It's decent fortune. All right, let's go back up the stairs and then we'll turn and go through those caves because I don't think we touched any of the copper that was there. A path, a path. So Tails Games, are you a Minecrafter? If so, you got Bedrock, Java. What's your style? And do you do any hardcore or what mini games, multiplayer servers? What's kind of your bag? Guess we can go up to the level here. Bedrock. Okay, cool. Nice. Yeah, I have Minecraft on my PlayStation, and every once in a while, that's where I'm seeing you chat. By the way, that's what I broadcast myself back to, so I can see what's going on. Because the laptop has to pretty much just focus on running the game and OBS to get this content up to Twitch. So I don't get to see much in real time. But hey, if the truck stop at the doctor goes well, then I'll have mobility, and then we can probably get the PC into the shop, or a shop, and see if we can take round 2 of stabilizing to there. Because that was so good the other night when we um, did a bit more of that. Really cool. I'd like to get back to it. But yeah, I haven't done much playing on my PlayStation. I kind of have it. I feel obligated to just have the copy to kind of support the game and everything else. There's some coal. Um, but I used to have, before it really even, before I knew enough to know the distinction or the differences, I had it on a tablet, and that was Bedrock too. And I was like, what? I keep dying. Like, why is this so difficult? Um, and I'm a mouse and keyboard guy at heart, I guess, when it comes to Minecraft. So I hope the Java sticks around for us, those of us who enjoy it. They seem to be treating it well from a development standpoint. Do my own streams, but I don't know how to clip them. I still haven't gotten over to check you out, and I'm sorry. I normally do that tail games or tails games. When I do, like anybody that hits me with a follow, I will go back through and follow you back and check out, see if you got any content. So I'd love to see that. Um, is it exclusive to Twitch? Do you have anything in YouTube? Where do you have most of your stuff, or where do you do your? You said you don't know how to clip. I do my own streams, but I don't know how to clip them. I don't know a lot about that. Okay, so everything's on Twitch, and it's coming. So you're capturing right off your Xbox. Um, do you? Oh, let's go this way. Um, sorry, dude. The All right, I think we're getting closer though. If we get 2 more over, and let's try here. Oh yeah, this is better. Here, here, here. Um, so in your stream manager on like a PC of some kind, you could clip going back, I think. I'm probably not the best person to ask about this. Troy's always asking me when I'm going to get commands in chat. I don't have those yet, so. Um, but I would like to do more of that kind of stuff. The clips that you see on my channel, those are all clips others have made and posted for me of stuff they found entertaining or funny, or just to show me how to do it. So, and then I still don't know. But there's like a clipping tool off the PC, but within the Xbox, I don't know where to begin to tell you to go um, looking for that. All right, we almost have a stack. I have a YouTube, but one vid. Okay, well I'll subscribe there too. I always if it's linked like in your about or whatever, try to get over there. That's a I guess the free tip, right? Because I know I know so much. But my free tip is when you're setting up your YouTube and all that, unless you're trying to keep them distinct and separate, use the about section to say I have a YouTube account. It's here. I have a Twitch account, or vice versa, right? Or here's my Twitter. Because there are people that, hey, I like this content. I want to go check it out, and they'll try to support you or pick it up in other formats. And I know for me personally, I really okay. We fill it up. Oh, and now there's gold. Maybe we'll come back down here now that we know. Sort. Can we find our way back? Go to here, here. Let's do. Oh, what? Stop, dumb torch. Let's go there to keep us safe, and then there, and then we came through here. I have YouTube. I think I can do it, but I've not tested it. Not tested clipping out of the Xbox. That's the part. For one thing, I haven't had an Xbox in a long time. I don't know. I don't know anything about producing the content here. I tried to look for that as far as like the streaming controller kind of capture deal that allowed you to insert your headset and mic along um, with your controller feed, so that when you hit the share button, it all went together. But still a little bit beyond me, I guess. Well, hey, after I get done here, you'll have two, man, because that's awesome. I thank you for coming by. That's how we spread the word, and I'd love to see what you got going. Maybe I'll learn a thing or two about the Bedrock game. So I know from watching other streamers, and primarily most of what I watch is going to be hardcore Java, as vanilla as possible type stuff, right? That's what I play, so it tends to be what I like in terms of content too. Um, Hang on, coffee. Oh, there we go. That's one of our traditions here. When I sleep, I get to sip my coffee or tea or whatever it is I'm drinking with the caffeine power in it. As needed, we add in. Ooh, look at all this. Dude! Oh, ow. I shouldn't have been that scared of you, but somebody was hitting me with an arrow while you were hitting me. Okay, you don't have any sunfire damage. Look at all these spiders. They didn't come after my cat. All right, my buddy is good. Um, get away from Cocoa Puff. You leave him alone. He's a good kitty. He doesn't deserve to be eaten by spiders. And he would like your string to play with. Oh yeah, we're too full to pick up anything. All right. I come over here and basically have nothing. So, ironically, we want to go with these first. And I could really start a new cook chest, I guess, but that we are going to have to do another coal adventure here, although I did make torches, so we're not too bad off, but we're lower than I'd like to be. We've got extra diamonds now. Those will go towards tool manufacture. We want to get more picks. We want to do that enchanting, but we want to get our level back up to 90, or not 90, 50, 55 or so before we start using those levels again, so we can get the best enchants possible. I'm totally turned around. We need a house that's got some distinction between the various sides. All right, let's go put all this stuff away. And this goes here. Okay, now we can go pick up all the trash. Maybe some armor over here. Some arrows. Were there more arrows over here? Yes. And some more zombie flesh. And some more arrows and bones and arrows and bones. Must have been a big monster party kind of night. More arrows. Well, those are great. I feel like I'm playing Fallout again, picking up all kinds of junk to be scrapped. That actually got us over a stack of arrows. I don't know how many we'd shot, but very good. String, flesh, spider eyes, all good stuff. Let me check this text. Again, car in shop. Got to make sure I'm not missing anything so they don't sit. Not working on it. Nothing urgent. All right, we'll get back to that. I do mod showcases for Bedrock. So my interpretation of that is you load mods and then show, like, hey, today I'm gonna be featuring the mod of jellyfish sandals, right? And then in that one, instead of boots, you have jellyfish sandals, and in every way you kind of run through what all those are. Cool. That probably won't have a lot of meaning for me, but I would definitely be happy to check that out and would look forward to seeing some of it. There's always stuff to learn. All right, let's get retooled here. Oop, I don't need a shovel. And then we're going to go somewhere looking for coal. And I've got a direction in mind. So for coal, we basically just want to find a surface level cave to jump in. Oh, we need this copper, right? Let's hold out long enough to at least get... We've got this one block, right? That was a leftover. 24, 6. We need 4 bars. Oh, this should do it, right? Awesome. All right, the rest of that can finish whenever it wants. At some point, I'd like to get back here and do cows and chickens again. Should we... We're going that way anyway because I want to get the boat. So let's do this. Switch this for this. Oh, this. You guys go in. You can come back over here. We'll just stockpile all this. All right, now we will have extra iron. We got all those planks, so we're good over here. We still don't have enough logs for. Now we have enough logs for the fire pits, campfires. But I also do survival and creative build projects like the one I made called Foxtrot Asylum. Ooh, that sounds cool. Um, that name reminds me one of my favorite YouTubers. I think he's still exclusively YouTube. Is Mental Fox. Mental Fox does long format Let's Plays, episodic, so they're an hour or less each day. Um, but he'll do like 700 episodes. I'm currently playing while I have his uh, Fallout um, Fallout 4 in the background. Right? He's got like 720 some episodes in that series before he finishes it. So he does a very thorough job of covering content in various games, or until he moves on to something else. Right now he's doing Elden Rings. I haven't really gotten into that too much, but Mental Fox and Foxtrot Asylum kind of fits in. Like his little logo is a fox in the straight jacket kind of thing with the straps all hanging off. So pretty cool. Yeah, survival let's play. That's my bag. As you can see. I just love playing the game and getting it out there. I know there's a lot of people out there that are doing it, but hey, you don't know who finds that your style clicks until you get it out there. And one thing that I've always said, especially loading the videos to the YouTube, is because I play hardcore, and when I'm dead, these worlds are gone. I want I want a record of them, and so I can still go back and look at a world I played a couple years ago. And what was I doing back then? What's changed? What do I still do the same? A lot of it is very similar, but just kind of the things that I prioritize. And of course, the game has changed a lot since then too. We've had a lot of big releases, so that does make a difference. All right, there's that piece done. That hovering little plank. Oh, the bees are looking great, and already anybody coming over here? Not too much, but look at how filled up those hives are. Awesome. All right. Campfire, campfire. Campfire, campfire, campfire. I think we're going to be a little short. We want 50. How many? We want 45, right? We want 54 total. We have 9. It's tough math, I know. 45. So if we do this. Oh, perfect. So when I said we wanted 45, we really want 46 or 55 instead of 54. That way we'll have one extra to carry with us in case we ever want to nab stuff. I'm just going to basically throw it in the boat and not worry about it too much. Particularly when we have, let's just sleep. Once we have our Silk Touch Diamond Axe that we'll just be carrying around with us. I'm not exclusive to Minecraft, like lore of games. Yeah, my content is almost, I'd say at this point, it's probably like 90% Minecraft in terms of hours, maybe even more than that. But it's the game that can just keep going and is so much fun to have an audience to be streaming with. I love getting to know other people that are interested in the game, and it inspires a lot of conversation. The other games that I have streamed, and they're very limited because I'm on the laptop and missed count somewhere there. So the laptop can't run anything too intense and manage the stream at the same time. So other stuff gets pretty limited, but I've played Stardew Valley quite a bit and a little bit of Dungeons of Dreadmore, which is a roguelike dungeon crawler, kind of lighthearted and fun game. So, but yeah, no, unfortunately at this point, just no fancy graphics, none of that kind of stuff. The laptop just can't handle it, can barely handle Minecraft and a stream at the same time. So we'll store these for now because we don't have the axe anyway. But now maybe we can stash some of this. Should we? Let's do. I don't know how much we're gonna need. If we do 2 composters to start, and then we'll need a feeder chest, a hopper, an exit hopper, and a receiving chest, right? So that's that many chests. Let's make 16. So then I know we need 4, at least to start. Well, that didn't work. At least not well. 4 hoppers. Was that all the iron at? No. Okay. So let's move this down here. Let's put it by the bees. I think the bees would enjoy having some hoppers. So we're gonna do. I'd like to see if this will work. I don't know that it will, but can I do this and this, and then do this and this, and then do this and this, and then do this and this. Let's see if this works. Now we need seeds. Oh, yeah, right on. Glad to hear it. Stardew is fantastic. Troy's been asking a little bit about that too. Don't know that he's seen it. Maybe he had watched some of it. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of that game. I think we'll leave a few just because, but we can go back and harvest the wheat here as soon as we get a proof of concept that this is going to work. We still have to go caving. We're on our way to a boat trip to do caving for coal. All right, so from here, if we do that and that, hopefully, so that's pulling and that's pulling. These are going into their separate composters. We will see these just flash through, I hope. Let's watch this one. We just caught the glimpse in the other. There we go. So both sides are working independently. We didn't want to do double chests because we're not going to be standing there that much. I think the capacity, it's more how quickly we can move everything through the hoppers themselves. they will crank through decently quick, and it's not mind blowing. But when we've just got piles and piles of seeds laying around, better than nothing. So we could do expand that out to have more capacity. We can maybe do one right on the back of it, but then when we come up, we just have to hit these bottom chests. We have to split out the seeds into wherever they're gonna be fed from. I don't know Undertale. I'll have to check that out. Do you have any videos on that? That's one I'm not familiar with. Meanwhile, we should get this in. If anybody watching VODs, Tales games, and Troy, I know probably neither one of you guys have an answer to this. If I put that as a double chest, will both hoppers pull out of it? Should we for science that? Let's do the back one. Let's actually double this and give that a try too. So we got 8. We can make 4 of these into hoppers. And then we need 2 more composters. Oh, dang it! Stupid extra hopper. If we decide we need to make a whole bunch more of these, which I can't really imagine. Let's try to remember there's another hopper in there. I think it will. That's kind of what I'm hoping here. Let's give it a whirl, though. Alright, so double chest. Double chest. Now I gotta go. Double chest. Oh, don't fall over the fence. Double hopper. Double composter. Double hopper. And then here, double chest. Nope. Double chest. Oh, look at that. Awesome. We can already see it's working. So you can see in here, because we were standing below. So it slowly fills up. Take 16, I think, seeds. So you're not getting, maybe it's 8. You're not getting a ton of composted bone meal back out. So it is 16, right? If that had been going through just one, we would have gotten 4 pieces from one stack of seeds. So you're never gonna get rich off composting seeds, but when you've got endless overflow of them, and we'll just let them build up down there, we can use that to produce bee food and all the rest of it. Better than just having it pile up endlessly. All right, well, that's good. We got the fires placed. I think everything is pretty well set, right? Let's leave that here. This goes here, here, here. Oh, you do play Java. Okay. Good to know. As long as, especially if you play both, then you really know. Some people don't realize they're pretty much different games. Not pretty much, but very different in how they work mechanically. And a lot of people trying to be helpful come in. Oh, yeah, don't just do this. It doesn't work that way, sorry. Huh, I wonder what we'll got going with Troy. Troy was working on a fridge freezer project. It wasn't, well, I don't know how much he was working on it, as trying to get the fridge freezer situation taken care of, because no ice, no cold food. That's a problem. That's worse than my truck. And Tails, I don't know if any of the content you've seen was covering it. Uh, about a month ago, I had the catalytic converter, which is part of the exhaust on my truck, stolen, which is becoming, I guess, increasingly common here in the United States. And that stinks because what they basically do is come along with a big grinder and cut your exhaust out of your vehicle, so that they can go sell the precious metals to a junk shop. And then I have to go to a muffler shop who isn't real sympathetic because they're making cash for this. Um, they have to sell me basically, a new part of a muffler or a new exhaust system. So that stinks. But I've been basically vehicleless, which was good because I had COVID and then I was on vacation, so it was a perfect kind of time. But then it was like trying to get it scheduled to get in there and get fixed. So kind of exciting that it's finally back. I get to get my mobility back again. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know. I don't know how much of a deal that is in the UK, but here in the states, it is. It is, especially since the pandemic. It got crazy, and the whole trade war stuff with China. China has a lot of these precious metal, earth element types things, and so the prices are very high for palladium and I don't know. There's one that starts with an R and another P1. Um, so I guess it's worth the risk of getting caught and doing it in broad daylight, in right out, basically right outside my window. It stinks. But it's about to be all better tomorrow. Uh, it's not not one of those fun things to have to deal with, either for the money, which sucks, or for the time, which sucks, and the inconvenience. Yeah, yeah. You definitely wonder who are all the shady people that are making this happen, right? And there's a lot of um, there's a lot of effort being put into how do they lock down the regulations and stuff so this doesn't happen, right? Because like the junk shops that sell replacement catalytic converters and all that kind of stuff are the same ones that, in theory, could be stealing all these. So that's a problem. And then the muffler shops and all that, they're not. They may sympathize and feel bad for you, but you're right. They're just hey, business is slowing down. Maybe we should start sending out, Jim and Bobby in their all blacks in the middle of the night and doing a few more of these just so people have to keep coming back to the shop. It's very shady. Um, and unfortunately, it dies with a lot of businesses, or it lives with a bunch of businesses that don't have the best reputations to begin with, right? It's always car mechanics are not the most trustworthy of businesses, and neither are junk shops or recyclers. So everybody looks at everybody else doubtfully, and you really have to kind of hope for the best here. Um, and I've been dealing with both. I've got the other thing that I really need to deal with my truck on is the driver's seat, the back of it, one of the two like supports on the back of the driver's side seat broke. Like the metal piece that goes inside the cushion of your seat is broken. So the seat's all like floppy. The back of the seat's all floppy on one side. And The 2 times I had to take it in before they stole the exhaust, which was good, to get my emissions checked for the state. They got all mad at me about that. We're like, this is an unsafe vehicle. I almost cut my butt cheek because the arm of the seat was metal and was sticking up, and I sat on it. I'm like, what? You didn't look? Like I've been driving. I've let this go for a long time, but I'm like, you didn't look at the piece of metal sticking up out of the seat and make your butt avoid it? Like, not high sense. So they were going to fail me on my emissions because my truck was unsafe, and I was worried about this. And I'd actually tried to go get a seat that day from the junkyard, and every seat that I went and looked, even though I called them and they're like, oh yeah, we got some great seats. Then they're like, well yeah, we can go look at them. And they're all like in cars with broken out windows in the junkyard, all moldy and nasty and like torn up. And I'm like, what the? I don't know what you consider a good seat, dude, but this is not it at all. So then I just kind of decided to deal with it. But the safety people, right? The guys that check your emission and inspect your vehicle so that it can be registered and legal to drive. I'm like, well, here's the deal. I'm trying to get a seat. I can't find one yet, but I'm working on it. But I need to have the emissions to be able to drive with license tags that tell the police and everybody that I might drive by on the road, yes, this is a legal vehicle. So I don't know. That one's a huge racket too, but I'm like, yeah, this is really unsafe. It's not good. If I get in a car accident, I try to be a safe driver. But if I get in a car accident, even if I'm seat belted, the seatbelt is just holding me against a seat that's going to flop over, right? So I drive very carefully, needless to say. But they didn't care. When I talked to the guy, he's like, I don't care that the seat is flopping around. I care about this jagged piece of metal. He's like, all you have to do is make sure that I'm not going to cut myself on the seat, and then you can have the vehicle tested. So I seriously drove back to the same deal with a shop rag, like just a little towel, not dirty. It was a new one out of the pack, but a new rag with some duct tape holding it over the broken strut of the seat. That was all they needed to then pass my vehicle. So ridiculous. All right, well, that was half of our melons. We killed a whole axe. We're going to be doing very well in crops here. Our bees now have more stuff to work on this side. Let's go finish these up. So I think this is our pumpkin side. We decided we're going to need a crafting table down here. I don't think we have enough axe to get through all that. Let's do these. They seem good to go. This is our first full harvest, so I just want to get everything done, give everything a visual, like it looked like we had missed either planting something back over there or who knows what. But this way we'll know it's all good. Maybe we'll give the bees one more good feeding, and then we'll go out on an adventure looking for, among other things, coal. Just one that didn't grow. As we get more and more bees, that should be less of a problem. They will, as we have more on this side, hopefully they will go in opposite directions and kind of cover the whole area. But these are going to grow far faster than we want to harvest them, I have a feeling. And basically, we could just play the game out from here, right? We could spend, I think, pretty safely if not a month, like 3 weeks of content working this field and breeding and building up villagers just to do a trade loop and get all the books and all the other villager goodies that we would want here. However, I think before we do any of that, we're going to get a darkroom spawner built, because I haven't done one in a long time. So we have a slow but steady XP factory, and that will get us enough to round out enchanting so that then we can go to the nether and not die if we run into hoglins and can't escape them and fall into the lava, because nobody needs that. Um, you. There. And there. Alright. Get that little bit of coffee. Alright, bees. Tater tots. Uncooked. Fresh from the fields. So I think what we'll do, we're going to process through the rest of this harvesting, right? I should have, dang it. Well, maybe we got them all. If not, we may pick up a few stragglers. I'm going to drop off all these potatoes, do this other row. We'll go make an axe, harvest this side, melon and pumpkins, drop those off. And then feed the bees again. In fact, maybe we should feed the bees first. Do the melons, do the pumpkins, see if we can feed the bees again, or at least be ready to feed them again. Gather the sugar cane, do a second feeding. We can harvest in there somewhere too for all the honey. Although I don't know, do we want some honeycomb blocks for something? Be kind of nice. They're not as useful, I guess, as the honey blocks, but they are decorative. We can build them. Why do I still have... Oh, man. All right. We need one of those. We need a backup. We can combine these. Yeah, I just don't have the glass yet. And I don't really feel like going for sand again today. So I don't need the hoe anymore. It can go here. I can switch out the shovel. Oh, look at them all. Oh my gosh. Bees everywhere. Okay. Now, you guys all need to go back about your business. Let's come back down to this end. Maybe there aren't such a crowd. There we go. A little concentration here is required not to hit the bees or light myself on fire or any of their houses. One. Come on, you guys are. These were the last ones to go up, so. And had no nests right in their vicinity, so they're kind of just wandering bees. Picking up. Ow! Stop it! Why am I still on fire? Stop being on fire. Dude, stop being on... Ah. That'll make me hungry again, I'm sure. That seems very frou-frou-y. All right. Now, eventually we need to get glass bottles and start harvesting the actual honey, not the honeycomb, right? With our main need for honeycomb just went away. That was getting more beehives. And we're getting a little bit of spread here, but I don't think there's enough here yet to worry about harvesting until it's the majority of them are full of bees. We'll just focus on feeding the bees instead. So, I think we can put these little remnants away. We will need to get more flint out here to replace the fire starters. We've got the iron. All right, the rest of this is all good. Let's go get sugar first. And I never made the axes yet to deal with these. they're close enough, we could certainly harvest and wouldn't be wasting our time, but this is so satisfying. By far the most satisfying harvest of all. And before folks want to scream and shout and let me know in the comments, I am very aware that yes, you can make automated farms where villagers will take care of the crops and the produce will fall, and hoppers with mine carts can go and pick it all up for us. Certainly possible. I have always liked just getting this whole arrangement done when I can, so that we have all these supplies ready to go and can kind of come here and get them as a hangout. The better part is when we can kind of use these in conjunction with the darkroom spawner and get our mobs there. One thing I do want to check, where is our entities? Do bees count as entities? I kind of think they do. It's 31, 32. There's a good and a bad side to building our darkroom spawner overhead here. I don't know if the mobs would come and hang out with us if we were close enough to have this set so that it was running. Then the bees and everything on the ground here would be interfering with the ability of the dark room to actually function the way we need it to. So I don't think it's a real good idea. I think we're going to build it out in the midst of this water. And that'll be our next big build, but a little bit of loosey-goosey stuff between now and then. We're going to take... Oh, I got this dumb potato. I don't want to have that piled around. We're going to take it back. We're going to go all the way back up to the village. We will trade this paper to the cartographer. We will... Shoot. I didn't even need to go all that way. We will... feed the bees again, right? We were going to do that. That was a part of the plan. Bees! Bee friends, tell me you are ready to breed again. Are you ready to love again, bees? You two are. There's usually enough that even if you're on the back end of a breeding, you'll get enough others to make it a productive use of time. Any more of you? Hey, we did get into level 39 though. Now that there's more bees, they become a little more productive on the XP side of things. Just through bulk. Oh. Who else wants to be a heart bee? Heart bees. Not harpies. You guys are not harpies. Bird witch things. You're happy little bumblebees. Or honeybees. I think bumblebees are honeybees, right? Okay. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Anybody else who may have come out or come back from the fields while we were going back the other way. All right, there we go. That's a whole lot of newbies. Hopefully ready to fill in the accommodations nicely. Let's go leave this honeycomb. Take the paper. Let's take the boat. So this is the other project I wanted to, kind of project-y thing I want to look at today, is what's our water access from this. We know that this cuts all the way through, right? The flower forest, we basically followed this a bunch of times. We cut some kind of a little canal through here early on. I think that was this world, right? But how we get to the village on the boat, I'm not sure. Maybe we don't. There's this water. This all connects to this, but it doesn't go through. This reminds me a lot of our jungle home, right? But maybe this time we can make use of it. That could get us as far as here, but then we've still got to get all the way to here to ferry this stuff to our village. And I very much want to do that. But I don't at the moment. So we'll just have to find the boat again once we get done. We're taking the sugarcane, we're processing it into paper and selling it, and then we're coming back out and on our way. This looks like a bigger project than I thought. We'll tackle that maybe tomorrow. Do a lot of digging. We've got this cut through, and we'll just have to go up around that kind of sandbank and pick up that water area. It's very feasible. I think it's worthwhile, especially if we make our farmhouse out there and kind of make the starting part of the game where we're based out there and boating in here to hang out. I know, here it is. Like, I know I have a crafting table in here somewhere. Before I do all this, we have 17 books. I think that's plenty for now. We can always do a new harvest. Hello, sir. Oh, you don't have a sale for me anymore. I'm sorry. Well, I also don't like that you're pushing me out of the shop while we're trying to conduct business. Please. Oh, what do I do with all that left? Oh, I think I had it in my inventory and took it up here. Go drop off the emeralds. You knocked Cocoa Puff off his block, didn't you? Didn't you? No, it was you. It's mean. Oh, that full stack of emeralds. That goes away. All right, we can replace this axe. Well, I think we can. We weren't cooking much iron while we were over at the farms. All right, we got full arrows, top off torches, plenty of cobble. Started. We got a spyglass in case we have stuff we want to spy on. We got a pretty good shield. Our helmet is still in good shape. We're going to get over to the boat, and then I am actually going to step out for just a second. You know, check on all these texts that have been ongoing, none of which have been, from what I can tell, from a muffler shop guy. Ooh. Yeah, I really thought we'd spent some time cutting a canal already, like when we had stone shovels and stuff. This would seem to be the right spot. I sort of thought we'd done something in here. You're not, though. I mean, we can get there, right? We can wander all the way around there in our boat, come in through the big spire of death. But how much easier is it if our house is right over there in those flowers, and town is right there, and our fields are in between? We gotta cut this through and make it a straight shot trip, right? That's just a deal. So that will be coming. And to facilitate that, let's put a marker. This is the closest spot. It gets some water already, and it's on a straight line with I think that's like the house hill right there, right? Can we see the boats? I think the boats are parked there, but I think the house sits on this side of that big tree. So we're pretty close. Sleep. Like I said, we'll be ready to go here. Let's escape. I will mute and be back in just a minute or two. Take care, guys. When you come back from break, don't forget to unmute the mic before you start the game. Hey, what's up, everybody? If you're just dropping by, I just stepped away for a little bit. Was working on updating some friends on my status due to truck repairs and getting up, stretching the legs. The kids are at swim practice. All that good stuff. You know how it goes. So here we are, sailing to adventure. What are we doing? What's our goal? Well, mainly, we're looking for coal again. That's right. We need a big old heap of coal to replace everything that we've used cooking up our iron, our copper, all that stuff. And then in the not too distant future, we're going to start turning our focus towards so this is the edge of our flowery forest. This is what extends out from. What is that? Are those two trees? Yeah, it's two trees in front of some diorite. That's a little weird. Our savanna, as you can see from that tree, kind of spread across behind these plains right over there. That's basically our spawn. And we've explored out. Now we're too far to see it. So there's our flowery forest. There's where we came out of. Here's the high spire thing where we first got iron. We went down around the outer edge of the water to find a village here and come back across. But this is the last direction. We really haven't boated in at all. I see you diving, dolphin. Does that? Oh, get out of my boat! Whoa. We might need the respiration helmet. I don't see anything obviously there, other than it goes deep and they may be showing that that's a hole there. I've never really understood the whole dolphins are supposed to lead you to treasure or something. How that works exactly, I don't know. Or how precise they are. We find a lot of treasure. But this is our latest grand expedition. Where does this go? What else is out here? Are there other villages? Deserts with actual desert temples would be nice. But most importantly, any caves that we can see on the surface that we can dive into and use to extrude some coal. We may pass a few on the way, just so you're aware, because we're in part looking to see what's out here. This is new ground, and in part, I'd love to find a little bit of mountainy stuff that we could go up into. Coal increases as we go up, as does the iron, so we would do all right up there. See some magma there, but I don't see a portal. Some nice foresty stuff here. Troy left us hanging on the Great Refrigerator Mystery. Some regular swamp. We did find a cypress swamp or a mahogany swamp on our previous boat trip, so that's why I have a chest in this boat. Just trying to hang a little bit wide here. I don't want to get overrun with lily pads. Nice little shallow extension of the continent a little bit here to get to this island with a big hole in the middle of it. Oh, and then back into the swamp, maybe. there's just enough swamp to make this annoying. That's crazy. Look at the little spiral on top. I'm not sure that's how erosion works. Look at that jungle tree. This seems like an interesting river to go exploring. Might find a jungle temple. Not that they have anything super fantastic. We did see a panda bear. We haven't seen a parrot yet, though, and so we haven't looked at one through a spyglass. Speak of the devil, is that one right there? Green up in the tree? Shh. Boom! Is it a bird? I was right. Are we ready for creeper sounds throughout the game? Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Oh, there's two. Dang it. I don't like you birds anyway. Oh. Alright, well. Let's go caving. We said we were going to. Can I stick something to something here? That's backed up. Okay, well, the front of it had good coal. Hey, level 40. 15 more to go, and we'll be ready for more enchanting. And during that time, I think the whole canal project and all that, one piece of that is I want to get at least a villager set up for librarianing and roll that till we can get them bending. Just too important not to. Oh. Alright, well that didn't end up being all that wild of a cave. We still only have 2 seeds. The whole point was to get... There we go. One of these parrots to come back with us. If I was smart, never claimed to be, I could have brought the emeralds in the boat chest so that if we ran into a villager far, far, far away that had an awesome trade, we could, hi. You get to be my parrot. Throw that one to your crazy buddy. All right. Now, will you hop up on my shoulder like this? Is this what I have to do? I thought I just had to crouch beside you. No? Hey, look at my teleporting parrot. Oh, he got on. Awesome. All right, now I need to get this out of here. Ah! Terrifying. Mm-hmm. Uh, get back on my shoulder, dude. All right, there. Let's go. I don't know that this jungle is going to have a whole lot more to offer me other than, I don't know, maybe this is connected somehow back to the other stuff. Although I think we went a pretty long way. Yeah, we're just exploring, right? You don't know what's there until you actually go. Yeah, there's an ocelot. I think that's our first one of those seen. There's a portal with a gold block on top of it at least. Bunch of pumpkins we no longer need to worry about. That is one huge problem with the boat chest boat is we can't pick it up and bring it with us on these little explorations. All right, what do we get? These are good, actually. Silk Touch Gold, I think we already have one of those. Mending on the Gold Axe. And Fortune 2, so we have a 1, 2, and a 3. We got the whole set of gold hose. Gold Helmet. Blast Prot 2, I think we already have a better one of those. And Unbreaking 1 on the pants. And a Fire Charge that I'm not going to bother with. Alright, I don't see any exposed lava. I do see that I can do this, though. Of course. Boom, 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 boom. There. Good. Whack, whack, whack. Alright, we did have a little cave back down here, too, that we can... Oh, maybe we have a bigger cave. But there was this... Where was this cave? You guys remember seeing a cave, right? Here. Does this connect to that other bigger deal? And does it have coal? Bird, I hope you're a survivor, man. It's going to take all your wily birdiness to get... You're going to have to be like Tweety Bird times 10. Get through this. But if you do, you will earn a place of honor back at our camp. It's like a home. Man, this is like that other one. You get like a little tease at the beginning. Oh, look, there's going to be good stuff in here. And then there's nothing. Oh, even worse. Really? Okay. Well, let's go check out this bigger hole. Remember, we're over past those pumpkins. This looks intriguing. Can I get down into it? Okay. Ooh. What? What's plopping? Anything plopping around me? Okay, that sounded like spiders. One of the things I'm wondering about, I was talking about how and you may have noticed, no music from the game today. And I've been complaining, as many have, that the YouTube copyright stuff is just ridiculous, right? And I doesn't matter to me too much because I don't have revenue at stake. I'm um, not at the kind of level where that is really going to impact me. But there's a lot of people who it is, and it's really totally insensitive and well, I don't know, insensitive. Like they don't need to care about your feelings too much, but it's just so crappily applied that it's like, what? Are you guys just trying to facilitate the ridiculousness here? What's up, parrot? You fall very slowly, slower than a feather, even. How's it going? Are you dizzy? Yeah, let's go down here. I agree. Uh, hope our buddy Troy is watching. These are the times. See, look at that guy. Parrot, I don't want to get you. You gotta stay out of the way. Ooh, a lot of trouble over that way. So I was wondering if some of my YouTube stuff has been delivery trucks and all that parked outside that are playing music, like crank their stereo, right? Have their windows open, and that music comes through. Because like right now, I can hear stuff from outside. I also don't know what the level sensitivity is in the YouTube stuff. But like I can't control what's outside my windows. My stuff's closed. I'm not doing that. Some I don't care. It's not that loud or annoying, but anybody listening, if you can even hear it, would be that's that's not copyright infringement. That's just bleed over background stuff. And I know that's not an argument, right? I know. Whoa, that was loud. Um, some of like the street interview type people and all that have had a lot of issues where like they're recording out on the street. They walk by a shop or a restaurant or something has music playing, and they'll get copyright popped for um, the music of the businesses that they were walking by. That's its own challenge, but at least the music is there. I got hit for something I can't even hear when I go back into the playback. So I don't know, am I missing ambient music somehow? Are they literally just throwing stuff against the wall to see what sticks? And this looks like a great little cave system, but see, like that seems like that's loud enough that it could get dinged. And again, what the heck am I supposed to do about that, YouTube? It's just some guy with an open delivery van cranking it outside. And their response is, well, you got to go in and edit more carefully and pull out the offending clips, right? Or over mask audio. Does it? I'm not an audio engineer though. I know people that make whole livings doing that kind of stuff. Oh no, dude. Oh, parrot. We barely knew you. Dude, that is fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Wow. Now I'm getting frustrated by this guy. That's pretty damn loud. The hell? Dude, that guy's like across the way. If that's the Amazon truck. I don't see anybody else. Alright, that's kind of obnoxious. So, expect YouTube. I won't be making any money on this YouTube video either. Um, but, if that's like radio or something, those get into more defensible claims too, right? Those are legitimate artists. It's not just game audio. That's like, no way, dude. that, you can't just go and play new album stuff that's on the radio without a license. Why? Things I never thought I'd have to be dealing with. Right, that can go away. Not there. I think we've done better up here though, although maybe we need a little bit more here. This is where we make our stand. Okay. Sorry. Had to deal with that. Oh, maybe they're leaving. Wow. That was really... Like, I get it. I'm not that guy to get upset. Nobody knows that you're out there, but... Oh, this is why I don't like all these little sticky things. Um... I get it, right? You're a delivery driver and you're just jamming to the tunes. You're open, you're out enjoying your summer job and all that. That's cool. But man, not everybody wants to hear your playlist, especially when they're indoors without windows or doors open. Now, if I had like my windows open and all that, I get it. And I know these aren't like triple pane they're apartment windows. But it's one of those deals where just moderate a little bit for the sake of others. Especially if you're the Amazon guy and you're hitting like a half dozen buildings worth of apartments and you just park once and then go hand run all your stuff, turn down the tunes while you're doing it. That's not that hard, right? Feel old and bitter because of YouTube. Like, it wouldn't bother me at all, but I know that's gonna get flagged, right? There's no way that can't get flagged. That was too loud. If anything got flagged that I couldn't even hear in my last video, then how would it not get flagged in this one? So there's not much reward for all of this torching that we're doing here. It seems to be deep. That's cool, but we've only got this one little patch of coal. Let's go up high here. Nope. I don't know where he was or where he came from. Oh, now we got two. Crap. Can you guys fight each other? Oh, ow, ow. There we go. At least our sharpness on our sword is a big help. Okay. Yeah, another one up there. Oh, missed him. And I still don't know where that creeper came from. He must have just been hiding somewhere up there in the... Oh, he's running for it. Can you hide back there? Ha! Again, I need to remember I don't have infinity on the bow. Heard the clunk of falling bones. Ooh, what's up here? Very little. Still, just no exposure of coal or anything like that. Huge bummer. Can I sleep up here? Can. Oh, hey, now we get lawnmowers. At least as far as I know, lawnmowers are not copyrighted. So there's that. Okay. We see anything like a mine or, I don't know, deep slate, gold, coal. I mean, I guess some of this coal is now safe. We can, relatively safe. We can pull it out. That is why we're here, after all. Oh, we're almost out of torches. These can stack. I don't like doing any of this out in the middle of this room, but especially with the drips. Ooh, oh, okay. All right, where else did we have coal in here? Here. Oh, I hear you, zombie. Sure, you and all your friends. Oop, willing to come and get me. What? Is that an arrow? Who shot me? It was an arrow. Crafty. Oh, hey, look, there's you. Oh, oh. This is where these things get bad, right? We've learned this over the years. Will you die? So far, the creeper hasn't come yet. He's the one I worry about here. Okay. Now we can deal with more zombies if there are more. Don't see him yet. Let's go over and get his XP and his gunpowder. We haven't grabbed any iron yet. Do I want to, or do I want to leave it? Let's grab it for now. I can't believe we had a parrot and lost a parrot all in like 2 minutes. Okay. Um... would be a cool bit to go down into. Get down to that lower cave. This feels so dangerous. Out is still back up that way. Haven't totally forgotten. We are low on torches, but this seems to be the most accessible. Is this a thing? Well, that gets it fairly well up off our level. Stuff could come down at us, but not very directly. Oh, I guess we'll wait and see if anything can come up from there. Okay. Is there more down this way? More iron? Ooh. Ooh, we got power tools now. Yard power tools, not chopping up car power tools. All right. So we should be able to pull this stuff on our way back up. Again, we're already too low for coal. And that's kind of the problem with some of this stuff. Get down into these lower areas, and while it's great having the iron ore and all that, and I'm tempted for it, the gold, yes. gold will take, and that's another thing we need out of being deep down. But here's some. I don't know what could be up there. That is so much dripstone. I don't know if we really need all that. On how far down is this gonna fall? I do try to. Watch for the traps. Gravel or otherwise. I see you, little bow wielding skelly. A part of this is I miss, sadly, I miss the Minecraft music, man. It was fun when we had it, kind of. But I am very much in support of artists' rights to protect their work. That should be important to anybody who's streaming. So people that are like, "Oh man, I just want to stream my favorite music," they're not going to catch me DCMA and all that. No, you got to be within the spirit of things. And as frustrated as I've been the last, well, today, because it was yesterday when I was uploading all that, and um, finding that I had an inaudible copyright violation claimed against me. So I'm definitely not saying, oh yeah, I think that anybody should be able to go do whatever they want and screw it. It's the internet, so we just get to have it for free and use it to make our own products. Right? That's what it is. If you're creating content, whether you are looking at it that way or not, it is a intellectual property and a product, marketable um, piece of entertainment. So the you're not allowed to enhance your stuff by making use of somebody else's. The fact that people do that all the time is kind of kind of sketchy in its own right and gives credence to a YouTube or someone even like, well, yeah, the people that abuse these things are not good either, but what do you want us to do about it? We have to protect other creators. We can't just have endless endless infringements claimed against us. That's not cool because they're the ones that people go after. If it's like college sports, right? Lack of institutional control. The players may be doing things that are illegal or outside control, or coaches may be doing things that are against the rules, cheating wise, right? But it's it's the head coach or the executives, whoever they may be, that are ultimately responsible, right? So you can't just go, oh well, we fired that administrative assistant who was handing out $100,000 to prospective players to get them to come to us, because for one thing, everybody knows that administrative assistant who may have gotten included in his salary a price to take at the dive, right? Yeah, you're going to be the money bag guy, and off the books, the same way that all these transactions are, we're going to give you 180, 200. I don't know what the going rate is. We were talking about teachers earlier. What's the going rate for somebody that's, buying off officials or um, helping recruit players dirty, or now that players can get paid, helping them, dodge taxes or not report that. I don't know, but it's pretty intense. All right, we're out of torches, so we're kind of left to be above ground. So I think our little exploration jaunt is largely going to be over. We'll just kind of peek as I boat off in an unknown direction. We got to turn around at some point, come back to the pumpkins, and then we'll veer right around that point to get back past where we picked up the parrot, through the swamp, into the big ocean, and then we just keep land to our left to get back home again. So I do know kind of where we're at, unless I've made a mistake in any of that. we're just looking for new landmarks, new biomes, other portals, any of that kind of stuff would be pretty good. There's some coal. Coal that we can get without using torches. Now we could, if we chop trees while we're here, which we need wood anyway. Speaking of which, we can then make some more torches and keep foraging along the way. Be self-sufficient while we're out here. But with where the time's at and everything, we may just try to get back home again and feed our chickens and cows. We haven't done that in a long time. I'm sure they would appreciate it. And get some experience brewing that way. So yeah, let's do that. I know we were just after 10 when we got started, so we'll be looking at the top of the hour here, but add on at least 15 to cover the difference in some of the breaks. I want to give you guys a full quality stream experience. I guess while we're boating backwards here, there's our pumpkins. Just big shout out to Troy, as always. He's a huge supporter here of the chat and the channel. It's awesome to have him checking in. I hope your refrigerator freezer challenges get resolved quickly. That's no fun at all to have those broken. Then we also want to shout out Tails Games 2610. Tails Games did come in, had followed a couple days back, which was awesome, and shouted out in the chat today. So we got a little chance to chat. It was cool, and learned a little bit about his. I presume he's, that's if you're a she or a they, whatever you prefer to be, and you really care to let me know, please do. If you stick around long enough, I'll probably even figure that out. But it's kind of the default. We know what the majority of the population is in Twitch, and it's just a convenience. But everybody's welcome here. Whatever you like to, whatever you are or like to call yourself in terms of a pronoun, have at. But yeah, Tails Games was awesome to come by. Hit me with a follow the other day. We hadn't gotten a chance to chat though, so I'm hitting Tails Games here at the end of our stream to see what he's got on his channel. Sounds like some Bedrock streaming off his Xbox, so it'll be interesting to see how all that gets managed. And has kicked over a little bit of stuff on YouTube, a very small channel over there too. So support out the fellow chatters if you guys are hanging out. That's potentially a good one. We shall see, but I'm sure it's awesome. The only way you're ever going to get me to say that you're not awesome is if you're somebody whose content is basically just trying to be a D-bag or an a-hole or whatever else you want to be for shock value, or thinking that that's a cool way to grow your channel by just being ignorant and hateful and that kind of stuff. Otherwise, if I don't show it, every day in what I've got here. You don't have to have a big fancy setup. You don't have to. Um, you don't have to have all the bells and whistles. If you love a game or just like talking to people and getting out there, let me know about your channel. I'd love to come check out your stuff too, as much as I can. Believe it or not, even though we're small here, we are growing a little bit. It's tough to see everybody all the time, but come by and say hi regularly. And if I see you showing up live when I'm into Twitch, I'll definitely drop in and see what you're up to. So is this? I think this is home, right? This is our flowery forest, and this is the big windswept savanna that we've been exploiting. Yeah, look, there's all our torches going up. Now we can probably see some way up high there. There's one. Um, so yeah, we are almost home. We'll unload all this goodness. We'll do the cows and chickens. We will start thinking maybe about what do we want to do for our farmhouse, right? I think that the big canal dig is coming up. We definitely need to work on that. But this farmhouse is long overdue too. We've been living in a camp. We are at day 184 in this world, so we've been going a while. We're well established, but just kind of taking our time. And is that bee in my bed? This is going to be interesting. All right, listen. Oh no, you're on the allium, I think is that flower. Oh, all right. This is our house site. I'll remind folks because you may have you may have come around since we laid this out or whatnot. So this is kind of front entryway, a main hall, small house kind of deal, right? So a front main hall, bedroom, that kind of stuff, and then um, a covered, open little portico coming out with a stairs building here that's protected with doors and everything, so we don't have to worry about mobs waiting for us when we arrive. Oh, I don't have any torches. Do I have torches here? Or stuff to make torches? Couple. Let's make 8 torches and get a little more light around our building site here. Um, and some of these additional trees may have to go, but I want to keep, like I said, the bees are protected here. These are our neighborhood bees, so we don't want to get rid of them. I didn't want to use them to just become anonymous bees over in the fields. We do have this flooded out ravine behind us here, and hopefully that's not going to impact us with lag. But this, I think, will be a little kitchen, at least on the ground floor, kind of an outdoor kitchen. Keep the heat out of the house, but it's going to be a beautiful spot where we already commented once when we stopped here for the night. It's a great place to chill and watch the sunset. We will probably get rid of these trees or go higher so that we can look out over the top and admire our farm in the twilight when we're chilling over here. We're probably a little too far for it to be loaded in terms of activity. We can check on that with our spyglass telescope. See how we can see the structures, but we can't see bees or anything buzzing around, and none of the sugarcane has grown, anything like that. So we're a little bit away. Um, and what we may end up doing is if we get deep enough, we may build out and under. We got a lot of water, and we saved time on this initial thing where we didn't have to do a bunch of land reshaping. We just, you can see there, we covered the water in 3 blocks wherever we needed to, extending out that plane on this side and mainly this corner um, to fill in. But we've got 20, 30 blocks of wet below that, and who knows how much flooded below. But even though we're not going back under this water, we will have stairs going down and can, start expanding out. We'll go that way first, but then we could curve it back once we're significantly deep enough. Have a few layers of storage and all that underneath our house here. Where it'll get bigger, we'll have it built for design and aesthetics up top. Something we can start out, but then we can excavate and make our storage and our kind of just interior spaces varied and stylized as we go down in floors. But we could move that back over once we get under the water level so that we can keep the farm loaded. And then eventually, put an elevator or something over there. The houses become less of a deal as you get further and further along in the game. But this is what we want to work on. We want to build this out a little bit, and I'd kind of like this main bit of the house to go a couple stories up and be, I don't know, a little different. So anyway, dancing around after sleep. That's how I waste whole days. And I'm like, how's it time to sleep again? Because we just talked through a build we haven't even done. But we did a lot of farm setup stuff here previously. And again, this is hardcore vanilla Minecraft. So Java version, no mods, and I don't dupe stuff or any of that. When we want to build a house, we got to go get the stuff to build the house. That's what we had to do to build up all this farm, put in the coloring and all that. So we'll do the same here, but as you can see, now that we're close, all our bees are out and active. They're helping out our crops. And by having the farm between the village and our house, we'll get those reloads every time we go back and forth. So it will be loaded and running every so often without us having to just stand there. We'll stand there some too, I'm sure. And that's why I try to concentrate a few other things, the bone mealing and all that around the farm. So without thinking about it, we need bone meal. Let's go to see if there's any in those chests. We've shown up. We've had the bees active. The bees are all helping us grow those crops. When we're just going through and ready to harvest, we've got full crops. And when we're doing that, everything else is producing for us. We can get more honey and all that kind of stuff because that's all running while we're there doing the farming. So it should never really be a stand around AFK. That'll be the dark room spawner, where if we're waiting for levels between and chance and that kind of stuff, we have to do some standing around. Let's go to camp first. That took a minute. Unload all our treasures here. Hopefully switch that furnace, although I don't think we're quite done cooking the iron yet. Alright, that stove is fully loaded. And look at that. I feel a little more comfortable about our current state of affairs. We can put these in. We are going to need to make more torches soon, but not quite yet. Can unload this. We still haven't found a dog. Dripstone is going to start taking over in here. Bit more cobble. Splash of diorite. Hardly any logs. Gotta go be a woodsman at some point. Maybe we'll go after spruce trees. We don't have any of those yet. Any others that we're missing? We got the dark oaks, got the jungles, got the acacias, got the mangroves. Think that's all right. Let me know if I'm missing something though. It's not jumping to mind if I am. Can repair the tools. I know the whole point of coming back here a little early is to get the cows and the chickens done. We're up to 6 pieces of gold to be cooked. Oh, so slow. All right, we can go. Feed here at least. I may need to make a box or a couple boxes for the cows. I don't think. Oh, dude. I don't think I've done any of that. Maybe we need to spend a little bit more time on our animals than I'd given credit to. We made this jumping in spot. Those guys are ready to go, so we probably need extra axes. Let's make 6 chests if we don't have them. We'll move this one around. Let's fill this side a little bit. We really need wood. 6, we'll have two left here for spares. And then we need all the hay. You kidding me? I don't have any seeds here. We just left the farm where I left a bunch of seeds that I could bring back to chickens. Hey Tails, how you doing? Welcome back, my friend. We went on a little caving adventure. I ranted about YouTube copyright stuff because a delivery truck was outside my window, and poor guy, I'm like, dude, I'm all, get off my lawn, old guy, right? I'm like, playing music way too loud for a neighborhood like this. He's a delivery man. What's he thinking, right? Dude, it's a summer day. He should be able to go enjoy his tunes while he's delivering packages without any issue. And it says a lot about our window quality that I could hear it so well. But with closed windows, I'm sitting here listening to his music, and he's parked like across the way, not even right here. So that kind of sucked, but this is in light of yesterday. YouTube copy striked me for something I couldn't even hear when they told me the time, and I'm guessing it was somebody was parked outside with music going when I opened a door or something, and it's barely audible, but the algorithm picked up on it, and there you go. What are you gonna cry about it? Because YouTube doesn't care. So I had a little rant. It was a good time. I think I'm over it though. Seeds, and then we need to make axes because to wrap up. We're gonna slaughter a bunch of chickens and some cows. Yeah. It doesn't matter because I'm not making any money on YouTube, and I'm not particularly worried about it. But I do want my videos to be out there for my audience, and I don't want them to get muted, and I certainly don't want my channel to get banned. But I don't want to take the time to have to scrub audio on videos that I'm basically just putting out there as VODs for people that have followed me for a long time, want to watch, or I want to have a record of. So what do? I don't know. So there was that. We went to a cave. Creepers fell down. There was a lot of skellies. Got some coal. We found a parrot. We befriended it, and then it got blown up by a creeper. So there was that. Good times. Yeah, beehives are good. The whole farm area is pretty well set, except that I left all the seeds. And as you can see, the bees are spread pretty well. We did a lot of feeding that ended up down here on one of the runs. So the middles will probably struggle. We'll keep working on them as we go. But already we got a lot of bees here that are doing good work for us. They're going to keep our fields filling up. And once we do suck it up and go back to the sand quarry and get some more bottles, we'll be able to harvest All right, all of you, you know what? All of you, come with me to the chickens, because I don't want to have to forget again. And now we're gonna feed and harvest. Cows are ready to be harvested. Chickens probably just need a good feeding. But we'll feed everything, get some XP. Probably not get close to where I want to be to enchant anything yet, but make better progress on that than we have been recently. Habbage, same deal. The login may be if you search for Habbage, HAMBBAGE, you will find my YouTube channel on YouTube. The actual login, either the email account associated with it, I think Twitch. I'm not Twitch. Twitter or one of them has an O1 in it because oddly that was already taken after as I was setting everything up. But they're all pretty close. And if you go in the About Me on Twitch, it has all the links for Twitter and all the rest. All right, little clucky McClucks. Oh, I never made another axe today. I think we've got 1.5. And since we're not gonna harvest these guys, they should be all right. Yeah, you guys got down pretty low after the last chopping. Only got a couple stacks of eggs. Leave the ones that are showing hearts. Them separated out. Anybody? All right. Chickens done. Except for eggs. All right, chicken's done, and we want to store all of this. Cows. I want to go make another axe before we do the cows, because they look pretty jammed up. And that eats up iron axes pretty fast. Yep. Now we are ready for full Calmageddon. But first they get fed, so they're gonna love that. And aside from there's a lot more old stuff on the YouTube Tales games, it is pretty much identical. There's no unique YouTube content that I'm putting there now, but there's a lot of old worlds. If you're just looking to check it out, check the playlist. Slow Cooker was my first long-term world, and Toe is the one that I kind of left. I left both of those. Neither of those have a death yet. And I think you caught some of the earlier ranting stuff about the laptop versus the PC and all the issues I've been having there. Slow Cooker, I mothballed because I was having issues a year ago, over a year ago now, trying to migrate to a PC and the stability on it. and I twice moved the whole game file over, tried to record episodes, all that kind of stuff, and then the system crashed. And so the game that I had on the laptop, what I could pick back up for people, was different from what I'd played. I'd already gone forward beyond it twice, and was like, this is getting ridiculous. So I was like, until I solve that, I'm gonna have a just start a fresh world, right? And then we'll go back to it because it's the one I care about. Well, then similar stuff with Toe. That was my more recent YouTube world where I got almost all the way done with all of the advancements in the game in hardcore. The only one I hadn't finished was the hidden How Did We Get Here. I was working on that. But then I started streaming, and that YouTube world, every single moment is on. I didn't turn on the game unless I was recording for YouTube, because with the recording, the laptop can handle it. There's no lag or delay or anything like that as there is with the stream. So those were all broken into hour-ish episodes, and happy fun times, right? So that world is probably the most advanced that I've had of anywhere, and certainly, it's a lot of hours to watch the whole thing, but you can check out the end or kind of shop around in there to see some of the different builds and all that kind of stuff. But we had a lot of fun. We're working on an iron farm. I was getting it all populated and set, and just got busy streaming instead, and was like, I'm not. I think it was over the holidays. I didn't want to split up that content. So, but there's a lot of cool stuff on there. That's got Stardew. That's got Dungeons of Dreadmore. All right, one supervisor cow and a bunch of babies to grow up now. And didn't need nearly the wheat I thought I did. But now we can start storing some of this kind of stuff over here, not just overwhelming our meager storage here. And look at that, we only got up to level 42. That's why cows and chickens are not the best XP, guys. Don't believe it. It's nice not having anything to have to drop back off there. The sun is getting low. Let's cook more iron. $58 of those. Gonna need this. Let's eat this. Beetroot soup. We made it the other day. Borscht. Wonderful. All right. We can sleep. Cool. Well, I will check that out, because after this, I kick things. I have to kick that processing on this stream into the YouTube. So I usually have some kind of idle time. Would be interested in checking that out if it works out. I do have to get real world stuff done a little bit in between all that, but yeah, wherever I can check out fellow streamers, I'm always interested. So it would be cool to see you doing your thing. But always, go into it expecting to just have a good time, and if people show up, that's the best thing. That's what I do anyway. All right, zip, zip, zip. Tomorrow, yeah, we're close enough here. We're going to be 5 or 10 more minutes. Tomorrow, in fact, let's go over to the hill and highlight what we're going to do here where people can actually see it if you weren't here when we were headed out on our boat trip. Tomorrow we're going to cut a canal. That's going to be our big project. We'll need a bunch of shovels to do it. We have marked with a a stone pillar. I think that's the one from the far side. Basically lines up with that and goes straight across here. Um, Pretty sure that's not sitting on the sand. I think that's up on the far shore where we'd parked the boat previously. So we got to dig through all that wide enough, and there is some water broken up in there, so it shouldn't be too miserable. But a lot of ground clearing. We'll get some dirt and some sand and all that kind of stuff. Maybe we'll make some glass bottles so we can get some honey. But that will ensure that we have a water route all the way into the village so that our farmhouse over there that we were just hanging out at and our village where we got our camp and we got our friends and our enchanting set up currently, those are easily connected back and forth with just a quick boat trip. So we can load up our boat with a chest. We can get extra crops, bring them down, set up these villagers with trades that we like. They can keep doing their thing, and we'll just dump our stuff on them until we really focus on villagers. That's the plan. And then darkroom spawner supplies and or um, house. I'd like to do one or the other of those. Get us a little more set up to thrive here. We'll be getting to the nether relatively soon, but the last time we went, we kind of rushed it, and I got pushed into the lava by two hoglins. Even though we had enchanted armor, it wasn't well enchanted, so I'd really want to get these three with 50 plus level enchants so we get extra stuff. Prot 4, Unbreaking 3, that's pretty good, right? All we need on that is well, we need Feather Falling, we need Depth Strider, but we also want Mending. But that's kind of top tier already. We want to get some more good enchants on these three, or at least two of the pieces, because here. Oh, what did I do with all that other stuff? Did I put it in here? I remember when we came back from that trip. All those tools, stuff that I put them in the boat chest, didn't I? Where did we leave the boat chest? Oh, see, this is how I go long every day. Let's go grab all that other stuff so we can compare. One of our gold items we'll take to the nether eventually, and we have one that's got some decent protection, but I kind of like my nether to have fire prod on it, right? Make that the piece that goes. Get a top tier fire prod with unbreaking and all the other goodies. There we go. Speaking of goodies, too bad our parrot didn't make it to come back and see our home. But then again, we would have had zombie noises and creeper sizzles and all the rest of it to deal with. Here. Tools. So we got Fortune 2, Fortune 1. The Fortune 3 is the one we're actually going to use out of that. We've got a Mending Axe with Silk Touch. So we have duplicate Silk Touch picks there. Mending on this. A Fortune Axe. Um, Theoretically, we could use that on the chickens and the cows, but I think it's kind of a self-troll, right? Because we unbreaking. I think these were which were our good pants, or what was our good thing? There's that, but something had unbreaking and prot. I know it did. This prot 3, unbreaking 3. So most of these will just get grindstoned to give us the XP out of them. But that's the one to beat. And what I'd really, really like is another Prot 3 pants. Then that's our good starting item to take to the nether. Fire Prot 4 would be better, but I don't have that yet. Someday we'll make it. Okay, these will eventually want to go over by the bees. That's where we'll use the majority of the flint and steel. This can wait for now until we get a few more. All right, now we are all good and geared up. Uh, Pig and a sheep and a boat. There's a joke there somewhere. All right, you guys have a good evening. You, sir, have a good evening. To Tails Games 2610, thanks so much for coming on back after your AFK. It was awesome to meet you. Thanks for the follow a couple days back. I got you back after this stream, and if I see you go live, I will definitely drop by to say hi. Hope things go well for you. Everybody else that may be checking out a VOD, thank you all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you. It's huge boost for me to see that you guys are all out there enjoying it. If you are on Twitch, do me a favor, hit that follow button so you'll know when I'm going live, and I'll know that you're out there. And if you're over on the YouTube side, I hope that these all have audio and we haven't run into too many issues. Your likes and comments are very greatly appreciated, and if, like others, you want to keep track of when new content is dropping, hit that subscribe button as well. That'll get you the little notification and let it show up in the subscriptions tab when I've got my daily VODs uploaded for you to enjoy. Take care, everybody. Stay awesome out there. Tails Games, you enjoy your day too, and we will see you guys tomorrow. Let's get this saved out and talk to you all soon. Bye now.